Hello and welcome to our last session in the Made at Home Holiday Edition. My name is Ashley Childs and I'm the fax agent in Thomas County, and I will be joining Becca Stackhouse, your Crisp County fax agent, today to talk to you about having a safe holiday. So, when you were trimming the tree, stringing the lights, and hanging decor, that's personally one of my very favorite parts of the holiday. It's amazing how a home can be transformed with just a little bit of tinsel. However, it is important to keep in mind that your festive fun can quickly turn into a trip to the emergency room if you're not careful. Make sure you're using flame-resistant, flame-retardant, and non-combustible materials. If you have small children in your home, avoid any trimmings or decoration that resemble candy and food that may tempt a young child to eat them, and try to keep all of your decorations at least 6 inches above a child's reach. If you have a live tree, be sure to keep it at least 3 feet away from any heaters and fireplaces, and remember to water it daily to prevent it from drying out. So you may be spending more time indoors, especially as it gets a little cooler, so your indoor air quality is important. And again, spending that time inside may be difficult for individuals with asthma or certain allergies that can easily be aggravated by fragrances or household cleaning products. To avoid this and to improve your overall indoor air quality, instead of using commercial cleaners to freshen your furniture or the room, you can try a more natural aroma that can come from dry eucalyptus branches or mint, or boil a mixture of slices of fresh lemon or orange with cloves, cinnamon, or other spices in a pot on your stove. And then you can save the mixture and use it again by cooling it down first and then pouring it into a glass jar and refrigerating it. If you need to freshen up the furniture, you can combine baking soda, water, and a few pieces of orange peel in a spray bottle and spritz away. Just don't get the furniture too wet. Cooking with family during the holidays is also a great way to make memories, but it is very important to follow food safety guidelines to avoid any potential opportunities for foodborne illness. Remember to clean all surfaces and wash your hands before and after preparing food. Cook all food to the proper temperature. Keep ready-to-eat items separated from raw meats and poultry, and refrigerate foods promptly. Lastly, if you have anyone in your family who has food allergies, be cautious about accepting treats from others as gifts, as well as when you are preparing food for meals, and be sure to avoid cross contact with the potential allergen. So today, Becca is going to show us how to make a rosemary ASIAGO whole wheat pull-apart bread, which sounds absolutely amazing. So during this demonstration, she's going to show you proper ways to make sure that she's following food safety guidelines. And if you have any questions about anything specific, feel free to reach out to Becca or myself, and make sure you try this bread because it's going to be awesome. So I'll go ahead and say a big thanks for joining us. And with that, I will turn it over to Becca. Thank you so much again for tuning in to Made at Home, the Holiday Edition.
Welcome back to Made at Home. Thank you for joining us in December for Made at Home. It has been so much fun. Thanks, Ashley, for the education. So I'm going to hop into talking about a rosemary ASIAGO whole wheat pull-apart bread. That sounds delicious. So if you've got a freestanding mixer, that's going to help with the kneading process of the dough. So first, we've got our milk in here. So we've got 3 tablespoons of warm milk with a package of yeast. So that's gonna stand for about 5 minutes, and then we're gonna start adding in our other ingredients. So ready? We're gonna add in our butter to our freestanding thing. We're gonna add in our eggs, and you know what? I forgot to get our sugar out. Hold on one second. So we only need a tablespoon of sugar. So we got a tablespoon. We're gonna add in a tablespoon right there. After we're gonna add in 1/4 cup of our cheese. It's been grated, so you do want it grated because that's gonna kind of help with the process. We're gonna also add our rosemary in here. And then we're going to stir it on low for about a minute or until all of our ingredients in here are combined. All of our ingredients are combined. Now we're gonna add half of our flour mixture. So our flour mixture has our all-purpose, our whole wheat, and our salt in it. So we're only gonna add about half of it first. And then we're going to stir this. So once it's combined, we're gonna switch paddles. So I'm gonna scrape our bread dough back in. We're gonna remove the paddle and we're gonna add the hook. So the hook helps us do that kneading process. So we're gonna add the hook back on and we're gonna add the remaining amount of our flour in. And we're gonna lock it back down. And then we're gonna stir on medium-low for 4 minutes or until it's all combined. So now we are gonna take that bowl that our mixer just created and put it on a lightly floured surface to kind of finish that combining. So for about 5 minutes or so, we're gonna knead it and get it a little bit smoother. So bread is easy. And part of the beauty in making anything that you make in your home is you're able to cut out some of the preservatives. You're able to cut out sugars and you're able to cut out some of what you want and make it the way you want it to be. Roll it into a ball and then for an hour and 15 minutes, our ASIAGO pull-apart bread is going to double in size. So we're gonna set it aside and we'll check back on it and get it ready to go in the oven soon. After an hour and 15 minutes, our ASIAGO bread has doubled and risen. Now you need that lightly floured surface again, and we're going to just divide it into 12 pieces. So we end up with 12 rolls. So I'm just gonna use my pizza cutter to help us go a little bigger across. So I cut it into 6 pieces that way. We'll cut our 6 pieces in half. And then from there, we are going to roll it into a small ball. You're going to put it into a 9-inch springform pan. So springform pans, I'm holding that side, means that it's got this little piece on so that you can just take that off. And so I'll show you that when we finish cooking them. So we've got our balls. We're gonna set them in our pan, but you're gonna make sure that you leave a little bit of space between your ASIAGO pull-apart bread balls so that they can still rise a little bit. So my pieces aren't quite equal, so I'm gonna make sure that we have equal pieces, because that's very important when you're cooking, so that your pieces come apart and so that everything bakes equally. So when you are making this bread, do remember that it is a process. It is a long process, but that process is very important for your rolls and your bread and your yeast to all have the right reactions. So let's talk a minute. What are you gonna eat this with? So this would be a great addition to a soup. It could be great with your chili, or it could just be a great addition to some chicken, rotisserie chicken. Or remember that turkey we learned to cook at the beginning of these made at home episodes for December? You can eat it with that turkey. So all kinds of ways. I'd love for you to share with me how your favorite way to eat them is. So I don't know if you can tell, but I did put some parchment paper down on my countertop with our floured surface, so that instead of having to clean up a bunch of flour, all we gotta do is pick up the parchment paper and dump it, and we got a clean surface. So, see? All our flour clean and in the trash. Now, we've got our springform pan filled with our ASIAGO rolls, but now we're gonna let it sit for another 75 minutes so that they can rise and double again. So we'll check back on them in 75 minutes. This is what our ASIAGO rolls look like risen. So now we're gonna add egg on top, cheese on top, and then stick them in the oven so they're ASIAGO. So let's watch how that happens. Now that we've got our rolls ready, we've got 2 teaspoons of water in a cup. We're gonna crack our egg into it. We're gonna crack our white into our extra bowl because we can cook that later as a scrambled egg. Ooh. And then we'll add our yolk, and we're gonna wash our hands real quick. So we're gonna set aside the white because we don't need the egg white. There's no reason to throw it away, we can eat it later. We're gonna whisk together our water and our yolk. So our water and our yolk, we got a brush, and we're just gonna brush over top of them. Use the rest of that. Just let it not fall. So then you're gonna need about 2 tablespoons of your cheese. So, and you're gonna sprinkle that on top. And our rolls are ready to go in the oven. Can't wait to see what they look like when they come out. So, the reason we put them in that springform pan is because of this. See? And my particular springform pan has a glass bottom, and so let them cool and serve them on this. Thanks for joining us in December's Made at Home episodes. I cannot wait to share with you what's coming in January. Be sure to be watching. Have a fantastic rest of your December.